there, chipmunks! Welcome to the AMP Cycling Ride Review Series. I'm your host, Angry Chipmunk, and today we're in Italy, riding the Lake Como route from Bellagio. This route is available on Rouvy, so let's get right to it. This is a moderate length route at about 25.5 kilometers long with an impressive 1,235 meters of elevation gain. The whole ride averages 5% and will max out at an impressive 18%. There's only one segment included on Rouvy, but there are 15 different segments on Strava itself. They range from just the uphill sections to the full ride. The segments range from Cat 2 to Cat 4 for just the uphills to HC for the entire route. The only included segment on Rouvy is the last climb, so we'll go over the non-included segments first. The first hill segment is at Ghisallo. The segment starts at about the 600 meter mark, but the climbing really starts at about 800 meters. The segment includes both the uphill sections and the downhill in the middle. It's about 9.5 kilometers long with 528 meters of elevation gain. It averages 5.5% and peaks at that 18%. Strava considers this a Cat 2 climb. Once the climb hits the darker orange section, it gets pretty steep pretty quickly. It goes right away to 7 to 9% with a very slight backing off before hitting the max gradient. It does remain mostly in the 8 to 10% plus range until the light yellow section. The middle section, you'll see immediately the gradients back off to lots of flat with some small pinches to a nice downhill blast. It doesn't ramp up again until about the 8 kilometer mark. The Ghisallo segment does include both climbs, but there's also a standalone segment for the second climb. The standalone segment is El Petto. It's about 1.5 kilometers long with 124 meters of elevation gain and averages 8%. Much like the first uphill, you'll be seeing a lot of 7 to 9% with the final 300 meters all being double digits. From here, there is a fantastic long downhill section. This is a great place to have a bar and recover some energy for the final climb. The Rouvy included segment is Sormano Hill. The segment unfortunately starts about 300 meters after you start climbing. It's at about the 16.4 kilometer mark, is 9.1 kilometers long with 616 meters of elevation gain. It averages 6.8% and peaks at 13%. There isn't much in the way of peaks in this one, with it holding a nice and steady, consistent 7 to 9% most of the way. There are places where it does back off, and you won't see heaps of extended sections of double digits here. The end of the segment is the end of the route, which is a very awkward 12% finish. This isn't a mountain pass, but you should treat your warm-up and cool down as if it was one. There's still heaps of elevation gain here. You'll be wanting a good 10 to 15 minutes or more, as the first climb does start pretty much straight away, and the finish on that 12% means that you'll also be needing a very good cool down. I would have preferred the route to continue on for a bit, as it does look like the road mellows out. I would say another 10 minutes at the very minimum for your cool down. And as always, I recommend pre-fueling your rides, including plenty of protein. This is especially important here where the climbing starts pretty much straight away. If you're unable to eat beforehand, definitely have a bar during your warm-up, something in the order of about 20 grams just as you start the warm-up. Pre-fueling is preferable, but as the first half of the first climb is around 4.5 kilometers, you can have a bar during warm-up. If you want to break up the eating, have a smaller amount of carbs in that middle downhill section, and then another small amount of carbs on the larger downhill section. This is a good one for trickling in your smaller, faster acting carbs. It is a bit of a weird two-part climb. You'll definitely be wanting something before that second climb as well. And definitely follow this one up with a protein and a magnesium supplement to help with recovery. The view on this ride is amazing. It doesn't have much of the lake views, but it does make up for that with lots of enclosed forest roads and big mountain backgrounds. The summer filming here is spectacular with plenty of bright blue skies. The large amount of elevation gain here saw me complete this ride in just under 2 hours on 100% difficulty emulation. With the amount of warm-up and cool-down needed, I would suggest to budget anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours for this one. It's really not suitable for those with time constraints if you want to finish it all in one go. but because it does have that really nice downhill section in the middle, you could spread it out over multiple rides. Just keep in mind that you'll need to do your warm-up and cooldowns again depending on where you want to re-enter this route. Overall, this is a fantastic route that I would definitely recommend for the climbing enthusiast. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a big climbing route, but it is. The downhill sections in the middle to break up the climbs is a really nice way to do over 1,000 meters without it all being at once with no reprieve. For this route, I give a 5 out of 5. I like how this route is broken up with the downhill in the middle. It's a bit of a strange finish uphill, but it's still a great ride. For the climbs, 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, and 4 out of 5. These are unexpectedly tough climbs. Normally a lake route would be flat since water is lazy, so the difficulty of the climbs can catch one off guard a bit. For the view, 5 of 5. It's summer in beautiful northern Italy. How much better could it actually get? And overall, 5 out of 5. Definitely put this one in your ride queue. Well, that's it for this review, so thanks for watching, Chipmunks. Please let me know what you think of the Lake Como ride from Bellagio when you complete it. I'll leave you to finish the rest of the ride, and I'll see you next week for another review. Until then, ride on, Chipmunks, ride on.